Hello people, this is Ryder here to review the Cup Noodles Limited Edition Garlic Parmesan Wings. So, as always, this is another limited edition release of Cup Noodles. But this time, they are all flavors of wings, as you can see right here. Obviously, we will take a look at the other two in the following weeks. But today, specifically, we'll be taking a look at the Garlic Parmesan, which is primarily wings that are garlic flavor. Basically more Italian with the Parmesan, obviously. So here we have the box like so. Here we have the directions. I don't do microwave. I still do the traditional, you heat up water and then you dump it in and such. The nutritional facts and the ingredients. Obviously the foam for the microwave. And yeah, all of these are going to have jump cuts due to me having to film the intros and then eating them one by one, because obviously I'm not going to open all of these immediately because I need to eat these at a time, one at a time and not all together, because that's ridiculousness. Alright, so let's take a look at the garlic parmesan by opening it up. So again, just slightly fold this up to the fold line. As you can see from here, before you put water into it, if it actually wants to focus, yeah, that's just a lot of parmesan dust and such. Zykin already ate all of his. He never told me about his opinions on the other two, but I know he was not too big on this one. I forgot what he described it as, but if we were to take a, if we were to smell it, if we can, well, okay, I can still sense it. Obviously, I'll advise that, obviously, I'm currently, I somehow caught a cold, so my senses are kind of skewed right now, but I can at least still sense the garlic. But I think right now well, obviously it's garlic mixed with Parmesan, so the Parmesan right now is it's taking over more than the garlic. Because with my senses right now, I can sense the garlic on one end and then the Parmesan on the other end. But I think right now the vegetables do look fine. So obviously I will heat up water, because I couldn't do that earlier, and then I will have a sample. Alright, so I just took Alka-Seltzer, even though you're supposed to have that after you finish eating, not before, but you know, I wanted some clarity in my voice. I hope when I do the other two that I recover. Anyways, this is how it looks now. As you can see, I'm losing my voice. But yeah, the Parmesan flavor is a lot more apparent. Honestly, right now, this doesn't even look like Parmesan. It actually kind of looks really curry-esque, which is really fascinating. If I were to take another smell, yeah, it's very chicken Parmesan-like. Even though, yeah, that's the whole point, but it's inviting, I guess. It's a well, obviously it's very artificial, but it's, it looks promising. So again, we would take a look at each aspect of the dish, not the dish, but like the product. So I believe this has to be the chicken. So we will take that. Yeah, that was alright. It's a bit dry, but I think I think it's bloated now, so it's a bit more drier than expected. I Is this celery? I always I don't know why I forget what this is, but that's interesting. Yep, that's celery, all right. Yeah, that is celery. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can hear that, but this is what I kind of don't like about celery. I had it like when I think like almost like a month ago now, when my brother decided to try hummus. It was so hard to take down. He's just, oh, why does it have an aftertaste? Unless that's me. Okay. Um. Hopefully the carrot. Hopefully the carrot is fine. Yep, that's a half cooked carrot. Is it called half cooked when it's still crunchy, but it's at least cooked through? I I don't I don't know. We'll try this because this is a parsley leaf, which obviously is okay. What more is that it for all the contents? Because there's the because it. I mean, at this point, we don't really need to taste the noodle by itself because obviously we already know how these noodles taste. We should. I don't think we typically mix this, but I feel like this one we should. Let me look at the ingredients. I didn't read it. Tapioca store. Yeah, dried parsley, dried lemon. Yeah, dried celery, dried minced garlic, parsley. Okay, yeah, just a lot of dried ingredients, but I at least got the parsley. I was worried that I got that wrong, but okay. Anyways, let's try a noodle. I mean, it's at least steaming, so that's nice. Again, at this point, I've had a lot of cup noodles. Cup noodles. They're fine. They're not my favorite. Um, they're a bit too thin for me, and they, not thin, but like they don't. I think for me, they just don't necessarily break apart. Like they don't melt in your mouth. They're the ones that like you have to chew through. I like I like the Shin ramen noodles for that reason. They kind of just melt in your mouth, and it's like really fulfilling. let's take a sip at the broth. I typically take the plate. Because I think the broth, I don't know what to expect out of the broth. It's not like the last few where, like with maple, for example, like with the, I mean, this is American, but like with like the turkey dinner or like the breakfast dinner, it's like you have, it's like, oh, okay, so you're going to use maple. I think I know how that's supposed to go. But I don't know how parma or garlic broth will go. Okay, first of all, I burned my throat. But that actually wasn't too bad, honestly. I'll probably have another sip because I let it sit in my throat for a second and then I swallowed. Yeah, honestly, for right now, I don't think it's too bad. Because again, this is like an artificial version of garlic parmesan. So it tastes exactly how it smells. So if you already know that you're gonna get this artificial flavor, I don't think it's too bad. But let's have, I think this is why I don't mix it right away, because then it's like, typically it'll be like, okay, now let's have all the elements together, but now we can't. Because they're, I think most of the chicken's at the bottom. Yeah, most of the chicken and the vegetables are at the bottom. It got on my set. So, we'll have this bite. Hopefully I can take it down. I mean, I can, obviously. Yeah, honestly, I've had so much of these where it's just kind of like the first, when it first goes in, it kind of tastes the same, and then when the broth flavor comes in, it's like, okay, yeah, there's your chicken parmesan or your garlic parmesan flavor and such. Like this one's not too bad. We'll have another bite like that. Now with the carrot this time. I don't remember if like Dryken said it, if it like tasted like rotten. But like, I just knew he like, or like he said like it tasted like odor or something. But again, like I've eaten so much of these that it's just kind of like, at this point they all kind of blend together now. I think the dried vegetables definitely work better eating with the noodle, obviously, because you can actually tolerate the driedness out of it. Because at least the noodle is chewy enough that you can like combine the dried vegetable and the chewy noodle together, so then you can actually eat it through it faster rather than just thinking about having to eat through the dried vegetable. So that's at least like the flip side. But other than that, I think this one's okay. This one's not too spectacular, but it also isn't offending. I obviously still think the bagel, the old breakfast bagel, the bagel one is like the absolute worst experience. That one was just a horror show. I wish I was able to display that one, but I'm always going to say that one is the worst. But I think right now, with our coverage of the wing flavors, this is an okay start and such. I feel like I don't really have any more to like add, unless I want to take another sip of the broth, if it doesn't burn me. I think that's a tolerable flavor, because I don't know. They're like, I think liquefying garlic parmesan is kind of fascinating. So, like, I think this is like a nice combination of stuff. But again, we'll have to see if the other two blow me away in terms of how they're executed and such. But that'll have to do with this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave you people.